Welcome to the Inside Scoop, a news channel where we broadcast the latest news. This was broadcasted on March 24th, so if you aren't watching it then, keep up with us. We have received a video taken of John Marshall, a Supreme Court justice, speaking about his story. This week's episode is all about John Marshall. Thank you for watching and tune into next week's Inside Scoop. Some background information about Supreme Court Justice John Marshall is as follows. He was born in Virginia in 1775 on the Virginia frontier. He always had a fascination for English literature, poetry, and history, especially growing up. He first started studying law but had to stop due to being called to war. But after the war, that's all he focused on. In 1801, he was appointed to be the fourth Supreme Court Justice by John Adams, the current president at the time. He definitely excelled in his career. He first was in the cabinet as the Secretary of State. Then in 1801, he was appointed to be the Supreme Court Justice. He stayed in office for about 34 years, and his term ranged from 1801 to 1835. He was very well known due to giving the Supreme Court authority on the meaning of the Constitution. Moving on to one of the exclusive videos of John Marshall, he told one of his most famous quotes and even explained the meaning of it.
It is emphatically the province and duty of the Judicial Department to say what the law is. This is one of my famous quotes that really showed the true meaning of what I worked for. The Judicial Department is in charge of interpreting our laws, and one of my main goals was to give the Supreme Court the authority on the meaning of the Constitution. I was successful, and hopefully in the future, the Supreme Court will still be deciding whether or not laws are constitutional.
The public at the time also asked him what he believes his most significant accomplishments and court cases were. In this next exclusive video, we get the inside scoop of his thoughts on his accomplishments. You heard it here first. Enjoy.
I am very successful and proud of my many accomplishments in court cases. Some of my accomplishments were establishing the power of the Judiciary Department and interpreting the Constitution so it enhanced the powers of the federal government. To go into more depth, I gave the Judiciary Department equal power with Congress and other branches, held branches accountable for the Constitution, made federal power supersede state power, and this led to the great expansion of the federal government. Some of my more popular court cases were Marbury v. Madison, where it established the principle of judiciary review and gave American courts the power to strike down any law that they deem unconstitutional. McCulloch v. Maryland was when I did not give Maryland the right to tax the Bank of America. Lastly, Cohens v. Virginia was when I decided that the Supreme Court will review all state decisions that involve the federal government. I am a very successful man. Long live the Constitution.
Let's thank our historians for uncovering those videos and sharing it with us. In our opinion, we believe he followed the Constitution loosely. He used a loose interpretation to continue to expand the rights of the federal government. This conclusion came about due to his ruling in the court case McCulloch v. Maryland, where it was decided that the Bank of America was constitutional and that Maryland could not tax them. While John Marshall was very successful, he was also very controversial. This was because he supported slavery, and in many slavery cases, he ignored the precedent. He was also very big on property rights, especially when it came to contracts. He stated that the Constitution forbid anyone from impairing contracts. He also continuously put states in their place and sided with the federal government, which angered many. Though he was very successful, again, he was very controversial. Thank you for tuning in on this special on John Marshall. Stick with us next week and meet us here to get the Inside Scoop.